Hi guys, I want to make a video about frustration because yesterday so many things came together. There was full moon, I was grumpy, I was hungry and angry. I was I was not in balance, and I overreacted on a situation where I shouldn't have, which I normally don't. But it was like almost like five or six things came together at the same time. Then we met with some girls where the place was super loud, and I couldn't even. It was like really, for me as a high sensitive person, it was way too much. The whole day was too much. Like everything was just too much. And an HSP a lot of times cannot deal with two things at the same time, three things at the same time. They get easily overwhelmed, especially then also if you're an empath and so forth. So, but I have a solution for this because I was thinking about how to deal with this. And you cannot blame yourself because, especially if you're an HSP, I'm a highly sensitive person and I easily get overloaded. But that's the advantage. The advantage with that is that I can heal people because I feel things that other people don't feel. But of course, I only people that appreciate this kinds of sensitivity and see not only the negative side but also the positive side of it can actually accept and appreciate me as a person. um Everybody else will be like, this guy's nuts, like, let's get the fuck out of here, kind of like this. But so frustration is nothing else than that you're ignoring your need for highest harmony. That's all it is. Because frustration is an energetic state, and you've been just ignoring your highest harmony for way too long. Maybe the whole day, maybe for 2 days. It might be sleep. It might be because I'm sleep deprived. Also, I've been sleep deprived for like 2 3 days. Then that came together as well. So all you have to do is, in order to not get into that situation, is close your eyes, breathe in deeply, and say, what do you need the most right now? And then you have to do that, whatever that is. Even when you're together with other people in a location, you have to then do this, because otherwise you will um, basically bother yourself and everyone else with that frustration. And frustration is not self love. Staying in frustration is actually self hate. So that was the learning that I had yesterday. Staying in frustration is self hate. So it's always a choice. It's almost always a choice of how long and how deep you want to stay in a disharmonious state. And so all you do is close your eyes, breathe in deeply, breathe out, and think like, what would do me the most harmony right now to my energetic field? What would I love to do right now that gives me the most harmony? And then you just do that. Whatever this, it might be sipping on a water, getting out of that noisy atmosphere. And sometimes you have to take other people with you and be like, hey guys, this is way too loud for me here. I'm being overloaded, etc. And or maybe just leave them there and take a walk and say like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I have to make a call or something like that. There's tons of possibilities, and I wasn't aware this the way I reacted yesterday. It didn't happen to me for maybe like 10 years, maybe, since my spiritual awakening. It was literally because of a massive sensory overload. um yeah, there was just too much going on during the day, and I already felt during the day that I was hangry, and um I didn't have my money with me. So I was kind of dependent on a friend, and that it all kind of led to that kind of situation. And but I also felt yesterday I wasn't able to I had to get out and do something. So it was a mixture of things, and it was a very strange set of synchronicities. And I would say my learning from this is that monitor even more closely what gives me the most harmony. And a person which I think she blocked me, she was part of that getting to know each other. I think I wanted to say something about that. It's First of all, it's not nice to block someone. That's a toxic meta frame, which in itself means that the person is toxic. So it's good to avoid them anyway. Well, if you're blocked, it's done anyway. But and I think that what was I gonna say? It's very hot here right now, and I'm still tired. And I'm meeting someone in 2 hours, so I have to get some sleep. But I really wanted to talk about this, and I feel now I remember. So the person was kind of lecturing me on how I should do things, but I highly disagreed with her because she said that the harmonious field of the group is primary before her harmony field, and I highly disagree with that. I think your harmonious field comes first, and then the others, which doesn't mean that you don't include the others eventually, but first you must come first, because otherwise you're never in the strongest law of resonance, in the strongest like attracts like, um because you're never your authentic self if you always compromise on your harmonious field. That we kind of very much disagreed on that. And I'm 100% certain, because a disharmonious field is a disease. It's the beginning of a disease. It's like telling your body, hey, I'm not doing what feels good for you. I'm doing what feels good for others. And I remember Teresa, Mother Teresa, when she wrote to the Vatican and the letters got later released, that she didn't believe in God anymore because she saw all the pain in the world and so forth. And she was completely ignoring herself. She was sacrificing herself. And but she was not happy doing that. And I love helping people, but first I help myself. And everybody should do that for themselves as well. Not in a narcissistic way, but in a way that, you feel harmonious, you feel self-love. And that's a discipline. It's very hard. And I think that the girl that blocked me, I think that she is lacking that, and I think I reflected it to her, but she doesn't want to see it yet. Whereas I have the learning already that I must even more listen to myself, and I think she should do that as well. um I liked her very much, and I think that we actually could have hit it off pretty well. It was just a very weird set of circumstances at exactly the full moon. And but it was an interesting learning as well. And the thing is, you have to just accept and move forward. That you never want to get stuck, because the moment you get stuck, if you start to think about it too much, you're blocking the flow. You have to, like, it's really like surfing. You have to really, like, let it go and see, mm, and see into your harmonious field of self-love. Just come back into self-love. Everything else comes from that. And I think I'm going to stress this a lot in my videos. Like, the self-love, or focusing on your highest harmony, is literally the most important. And I also made another mistake. I had 2 beers, and then we were drunk, and I had to walk because we couldn't drive. And in Spain they're pretty strict on that. And uh and I noticed that alcohol for me is definitely not my most harmonious field. So I shouldn't do that. But it was good beer anyway. It was good beer. But yeah, next time definitely not. Plus, alcohol blocks fat. For 24 hours, it blocks fat reduction. It like you cannot pr- decompose fat or something like that. Okay. So yeah, just close your eyes. Deep breath. What gives me the most harmonious feel right now? I think everybody should do this. And I'm so on the things that I learned, I'm so like all of the knowledge that came to me came through deep letting go, resting and marinating in beingness. By the way, what was really weird is when the girl argumented with me, she used a lot of things that I would normally say, so it was almost like I was listening to myself. But um so it was kind of sad to see that she couldn't see past my one day emotional um kind of thing. But that's the thing with spiritual awakened people, they can always let everything go and they can see past something. When you get blocked, that means they're stuck in their ego. um yeah, and that's it for now. So I'm looking forward to meeting someone in 2 hours on the beach. And yeah, and it's interesting to observe also psychology, like when somebody really um upsets you, or when somebody is stuck in your mind, just meet someone new. Then it usually helps. It's true. it's it's true. That's like when you are too much stuck in your apartment and just pondering about somebody. It's not, sometimes you have to process things, but you know, it depends. The most important thing is have healthy people around you as well. But those you attract with the law of resonance if you're in your self love.